If you're watching this video, I know you've heard the saying, your network is your net worth. And today I'm going to show you how you can build a network without saying a word. What is up everyone? My name is Barbara Moahi, but you can call me Bax or Barbie, depends on you. This is a little something I like to call silent networking. And it's something I used when I was preparing to go enter Miss South Africa. It's something that also helped me get this job at 947, which also happens to be the highest grossing radio station in the country. Literally, when I was at Tuks FM in my training week, I was told that it takes the average person more than 2 years to go from a campus radio station to a commercial radio station. I did that in 2 months. And the reason why I was able to do something in 2 months that took most people, or takes most people more than 2 years to do, is because of silent networking. Silent networking is basically personal branding, letting your online presence speak to your value, your expertise, as well as your credibility. You know, showing that you are capable of doing the things that you say you bring to the table. And so what happened was I happened to find myself in the same room as a producer from 947. I asked him a million questions because I genuinely was interested. We had a conversation, very casual, hit it off, and I didn't know that he had come back here to tell his bosses about me. And I still remember the day I got the email. I've actually got it here. Let me just pull it out for you. Hi Barbara, I hope you're well. I am the insert job title here at 947. I would love to have a coffee and meet you in person. I've seen and heard a bit about you online. One of my colleagues put you on my radar. Please let me know if you would like to meet sometime next week. We can work out a time. Thanks, signed my boss. And so today I want to teach you how to use your online presence to speak for you in rooms where you cannot enter. Because that's exactly what happened to me. But do you see how this happened? I had a networking position in real life where I spoke to someone, and then through that person went back to tell someone about me, and that person was then able to go look for me online and then figure out the kind of person I am, my interests, and kind of get to a point where they can decide whether or not I'm a good fit for the role that they were looking to fill. And I mean, if you think about it in a common sense way, if you are supposed to go on a date with someone, what do? Or you've come from a date with someone, you think they're cool, what's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna go look at their social media, look at who their friends are, try and figure it out, see who tagged them into, okay, maybe it's just me because I'm a crazy girl, but generally people Google people. You always try to figure out as much as you possibly can about a person that you're interested in. And I actually did a research paper that showed that most hiring managers and recruiters will look at an individual's LinkedIn after receiving their CV. So if you send in your resume, someone's going to go onto your LinkedIn, and if your LinkedIn sucks, your resume also gets tossed out the window. So it's so important that in the 21st century, in the era we're in, your online status is updated. But depending on what your goals are, the platform might not be LinkedIn for you. For me, it was Instagram, it was Spotify, it was YouTube. For you as a CA, it might be then LinkedIn. So the first thing that you really have to do and hone is picking the correct platform for you. Now again, that heavily depends on what your end goal is. For me, because I'm a model slash TV presenter slash radio presenter, that's where I'm going. Instagram is the best place for me to showcase all three of those capacities. I'm also a content creator. I make a lot of lifestyle content, vlogs. That's what I enjoy doing. And so I've had to separate my social media in order to be able to direct people accordingly. So if I meet someone while vlogging and they're like, hey, you're pretty cool. Are you like a content creator, an influencer? And I'm like, yeah, I actually am. I'll direct that person to my YouTube channel and to my TikTok. But if I meet someone at a content creator awards ceremony, or at the SAFTAs, or at the SAMAs, or whatever big event in entertainment and media, then I'll refer that person to my Instagram. Why? Because I know that my Instagram has my professional side of things on there. What you'll notice is if it's personality based, if it's about, you know, a day in my life, the kind of content that I like, lifestyle content, I'll post that on my story because it disappears within 24 hours. But if it's anything that shows my personality in a professional way, and professional doesn't necessarily mean blazer, serious girl, it just means in a way that aligns with the brand that I'm trying to build, then I'll post that on my feed. So pictures of me hosting events, pictures of me attending events, looking fabulous, strutting down the street, showing that I know how to showcase good hair, I know how to showcase good heels, I know how to showcase a great outfit. I'm the perfect person to sell your clothes, your hair, your nails. Give it to me. But at the same time, because I'm posting snippets of my radio show, you can also tell that this person is a really great presenter. Which brings me to step number 2. You need to have content that makes it easy for people to champion you for your dream job. And I'll give you multiple examples, but make every single moment in your life count. For me, I got to host my sister's 30th birthday party. I was the MC there. She had a photographer. He took pictures of me, and I posted those pictures as if my sister was my client and I was hosting her birthday party, because that's what happened. I was hosting her birthday party. Even though it was free, it was a situation where I was using my skills. And I posted that on Instagram so someone can see, oh, she's capable of hosting a birthday party. Now you know, if you need someone to host your birthday party, call Barbara. Same thing happened with my friend's bridal shower. We threw a surprise bridal shower. I was the MC for the day. Photographer was there, took pictures of me. So you post those images as though she is a client, because technically she is. You exchanged your skills for enjoyment and the profiting, which is enjoyment in this case, or entertainment of your client, right? And one thing that they teach in marketing is that it's so important that you think of a brand as a reputation. So what is it that you want people to remember or think of you when you're not in the room? For me, it's personality, it's contagious confidence. And I use the word contagious because I don't just want to be confident. I want my confidence to rub off on someone else. So after a conversation, you're like, damn, if she can do it, I can do it too. She's so delusional and she actually achieved the goal. I'm not even delusional. I can definitely achieve my goal. So that's my thing, personality, contagious confidence. And then lastly, work ethic. Anyone who follows me on Instagram or TikTok knows that I work. Okay, I don't sleep, I work. That's just the impression that I am curating. Obviously, I'm a multifaceted person. I'm a sister, I'm a niece, I'm a girlfriend. I'm a whole lot of different things to different people, which requires me to be a different person in those moments. But at the end of the day, I'm still Barbara. You just have to choose an element of you that aligns with your end goals and highlight and enhance that for your social media, so that whoever has the next key to the door that you want opened can look at your profile and say, she's the girl, we're opening the door, even if she was never in the room. Right. I think the best example I can give you is my Miss South Africa preparation. So if you don't know, I was in the Miss SA Top 30 in 2023, but I was also the contestant that had the highest number of views on her entry videos across platforms. That was over 1 million views across all my platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and over 1 million impressions on Twitter with very little negative comments. And I kid you not, every single negative comment said, this girl thinks that she's auditioning to be a TV presenter instead of Miss South Africa. If Miss South Africa doesn't work out for you, girl, go and try TV presenting. But it's the fact that people could see me fit for the role of Miss SA, great, but they could also see me fit for the role of a TV presenter. Why? Because I've found a way to align everything that I do with my end goals in life. And I think what made it easy for over 1 million people to champion me to be in the Miss South Africa Top 30 was simply because if you went on my Instagram prior to my entry video, you would just see pictures, headshots of me looking amazing, videos of me strutting up and down the street, killing the walk. Every single post leading up to my audition video was a post that said, this girl definitely should be Miss SA. And if you were following me at the time, you would see that even after my entry video, Every single day I had a video of me coming out of the swimming pool water, standing in a bikini shot. Every single image and every single post before and after my entry video was a reason for people to champion me for the crown. Whether it was because I'm passionate about young teenagers and you're seeing me on a Sunday with, the youth at church, speaking to them, hanging out with younger girls, hearing what their problems are, helping them navigate all the drama and issues of high school. This is not about faking something in order for you to get to where you want to be. It's about highlighting certain elements of who you are because they align with the job that you are applying for. If you're applying to be a clown at McDonald's, you're not going to show them your degree in engineering because that doesn't work. If you're applying to be a clown at McDonald's, you're going to show them that you're funny, you're fun to be around, you've got a personality, those kinds of things. So the same way that you're not going to come to your job in a bonnet, you're not going to show up online in a way that goes in the opposite direction for where your personal brand or the reputation that you're trying to build for yourself is supposed to be in. So don't fake it until you make it. Highlight parts of you that align with your goal until someone gives you the job that you deserve. And then we come to step number 3, investment. You have to invest time and money into your brand. If you don't have money, you have time, and that's even more valuable when it comes to value that you can provide for people. Obviously, starting out as a presenter, I can't necessarily just knock on the doors of 947 and say, hey, top radio station in the country, let me in. No, I had to go to Tuks FM at a campus radio station where you get paid nothing in monetary value, but you're getting paid everything in skill. You're given an opportunity to go on air, to make content, and then you're given direction about how your content should be altered or tweaked in order for you to become a better broadcaster. And through learning and gaining that payment in skill, you're able to show up confident to the places where it really will matter. But again, it's important that excellence is at the forefront of everything that you do, that in every area of your life, in every phase of your life, whether you're getting paid in money or getting paid in exposure or getting paid in skill, you're making it count with excellence. Always show up excellent. And for me, this is a conversation that I've had to have with my friends over and over. Well, not really over and over again. I just had to have the conversation with my friends once, and that's my hot take on things, is that real friends will understand and champion your goals. My friends understood that I need to be up from midnight to 6 a.m. doing the Tuks FM shows, because when you're starting out, you're working for free and you're doing graveyard shows. So during the day when people are jolling and laughing, I unfortunately am going to be sleeping because I'm also a student and I need to catch up with my schoolwork. There's a whole lot of sacrifice, time, relationships that are either understanding and sticking along with me for the journey, or this is a sacrifice that I have to make in order to reach my future goal. And like I said, my biggest next goal is to be a TV presenter. So because nobody's gonna just give me a TV presenting role, and I mean, if you look at the entertainment space in South Africa, it's almost like the same presenters are being rotated across the different shows. So I had to take matters into my own hands. I have a camera. I decided to invest 2,000 Rand into microphones, these little babies over here, right, that I would carry to events with me. I've got 2 of them, and I literally would walk up to people like, Lasizwe is at the event. I know I'm going to be at an influencer event. Lasizwe is going to be there. I'm going to walk up to Lasizwe and say, hi Lasizwe, my name is Barbara. I've got a podcast. My podcast is all about helping people overcome their fears so that they can become the best version of themselves and reach their dreams. You're someone who has worked really hard to reach your dreams, and I think you're the perfect person to tell us how to overcome imposter syndrome. Can I ask you a couple of questions? What did Lasizwe say? Great. We did the interview, and I kid you not, he literally says in the interview, the reason why I said yes to you interviewing me was because you looked the part.
You did that. Like what you're doing right now, you pulled me aside. I would have said no. You're that bitch. You really are that bitch.
Thank you for saying yes.
You came with the looks, you came with the trip, you looked at the parts. And so you are that bitch. You are a really good interviewer, I must say.
You look prepared. You look like someone who is a presenter, who is, the television girl. And so I said yes. And that's what happens. And this is why silent networking and your online presence works for you, is that if you're investing in the content, you're investing your time into curating your feed and telling your story, when people put your name forward
for an opportunity and someone is looking at your profile, they need to be able to see all the reasons why you are the perfect person for the job, and they simply cannot say no. But it wasn't easy. I remember the shoes I was wearing the day I interviewed Lasizwe were the Bonang Mateba Red Steve Madden what shoes. Money that came out of a savings account where I had been saving to buy and afford those shoes. It was a dress that I bought from Foschini on 20% discount on a Thursday, because students get 20% discount on a Thursday. So if you're serious about investing in yourself, serious about investing in your brand, you'll open up a savings account and put money in there to pay a videographer, pay a friend 150 Rand to come spend the day with you at a concert and take videos of you at the concert, having a good time, interviewing people, that kind of situation. And that's an investment I've had to make, where I'm buying a ticket, but I didn't buy one ticket, I bought two, because I knew I needed to buy one for myself and one for my friend who was going to record me. But in the event that the ticket is expensive and I can't have a friend, I've got a tripod. So I'd bring my tripod in a suitcase with me, and I'm that girl. Ask most people who see me at influencer events, I'm probably dragging around a little suitcase that has my tripod, my camera, my lights inside, so that if anyone I see that I genuinely admire and think they have value to add to the conversations that I'm having online happens to pop up, I can quickly stop, ask them if I can interview them, set up my stuff and do it. Why? Because somewhere along the way, somebody's going to see that, wow, this girl has got a social media account where she's conducted X amount of interviews. She's covered events at YFM, covered events at the To My Sisters podcast with Courtney and Renee, that I hosted the event, you know? So it's actually quite crazy, because when I think about all the videos that I made back then covering events, whether it was Courtney and Renee's podcast or the premiere of the series that Lasizwe was in, every single one of those are actually very similar to exactly what I do here at 947, where I'm covering every single media event that 947 partners with and I'm assigned to. So let this be your sign to take your social media seriously, whether it is your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, or if you are more on the corporate side of things, your LinkedIn strategy, where you're writing blogs every single Friday to show us your expertise, you're doing podcasts. And that's the thing, is like, if there's one thing that I think you probably are underestimating, is the power of a podcast, especially if you are going in the corporate side of things. If you're a digital marketer like me, if you are a chartered accountant, if you're a lawyer, start a law podcast. Tell us interesting things about law. Interview different people who have different issues, and you navigate them through how they can solve those issues, and post that as a podcast. Have a track record that shows that you are really great at your job. So by the time you get to a job interview, yes, you're a lawyer that's been unemployed for 2 years, but in those 2 years that you were unemployed, you took your iPhone and you stood at the KFC free Wi-Fi to upload podcast videos of yourself giving law advice for different scenarios and how you can navigate them. You've got ChatGPT. Sit down with Chat and say, give me a scenario that I can handle. Work it through with the machine. You've got all these tools nowadays to your advantage, and there's no reason for you not to land your dream job, because I kid you not, even though you've been unemployed for 2 years as a lawyer, and there are other people in the room who have expertise, they've been working at Deloitte, they've been working at all these fancy places. I don't know what the law firms are these days, but think of all the fancy places, right? You're up against all these people who have this experience. You don't have this experience, but you're also the only person with a podcast, a banging podcast at that, because there aren't many podcasts in South Africa at the moment. So it's very easy for your podcast to be in the top 50 of whatever category that you're in. Name me 3 law podcasts in South Africa. Exactly, that's what I thought. You could be number 1, but nobody has to know that your podcast is the only one. All you have to say is, I'm the number 1 podcast for law in South Africa. Bang, the job is yours. The job is yours. I hope this video was very helpful. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions that I can clear up for you. But I think the next time you see me, we definitely have to talk about how to network in person, because silent networking is great, but one thing that you cannot ever deny is that silent networking goes hand in hand with in-person networking. It's about being able to speak to someone who meets you, thinks you're interesting, goes back home to Google you, and then figures out that You are someone they should have just taken home. Because you're that good, they should have taken you home and locked you up because you are a gem and they need you in their lives. But yeah, that's all from me. I'm gonna love and leave you. Mwah. Until next time. Hi love. You can come fetch me. I finished the video. Sharp. Bye.